Hi guys, so today's video is going to be a rundown on some new YSL beauty products that I recently got my hands on, and I posted a picture on Instagram and a lot of you guys were very interested, which was no surprise because the packaging on Yves Saint Laurent products are so stunning, and especially with the little neutralizer pens, because these are the Touche Eclat Neutralizers. They are a new product and they come in these different multicolor metallic pastel packaging, and so many of you guys were like, what are those? Those are gorgeous, and I totally agree. So I thought today I would actually just do a video and sit down and do my foundation and concealer and everything and show you how I would use a color corrector, because that's what these are, and how you can use all the different colors to do different things, and also show you how I applied the Touche Eclat Teint Radiance Awakening Foundation. I've been using this for a little while now and I really love this product so much, and I'm impressed by how little I need to use to cover my entire face or to even out my entire face, because it really evens everything out, but it stays in place and it has really good coverage. So before I go on and on all about it, before I even show you how I apply it, why don't I just jump on into the video, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So before getting started playing around with these products, I wanted to make sure that my skin was primed and ready to go and that I had a nice base going on. So I decided to start off with a primer that I've used before by Yves Saint Laurent. This is the Touche Eclat Blur Primer, and it actually has little gold flecks in there, and it's just a beautiful bottle. So I started applying that one and just kind of sweeping that all over my face with a brush, but then I remembered that I really wanted to try another one of their products underneath my foundation. This one is the Blur Perfector, and it is concentrated instant blur in a little compact form. So it's kind of like a balm pressed into a compact like this. So I love this packaging too. I think it's just so beautiful and gold and pink and amazing. But I really wanted to try this underneath my foundation. It's meant to be, you can also apply it afterwards to kind of mattify. But I just thought I would see how this filled in texture and pores and things like that. And after applying this, I felt like my skin was ultra silky smooth and very soft and really evened out without even applying my foundation. But for my foundation today, like I said, I wanted to try out the YSL Touche Eclat Teint Radiance Awakening Foundation. The shade that I'm wearing is B30. The actual color name is Almond, and I really love this foundation. I think just a little bit goes a very long way, and it really blended into my natural skin tone very well. It's supposed to be like 8 hours of sleep in one bottle, so it kind of targets dullness and just revives your face, makes you look very well rested, and just gives your skin a luminous type of look. So I definitely think that it does that, and I also noticed that it held up incredibly well throughout the day also. It didn't break down or separate or start to look dry whatsoever. So after applying my foundation, you can see I have a very fresh and evened out look to my skin, and then it's time for the fun part, which is playing around with the new YSL Touche Eclat Neutralizers, which come in all of these pretty colors, and the gold tone one that I'm holding is actually my concealer shade. So I'm gonna start off with this one, and it is the Apricot Bisque color. So these are basically color correctors, and they're gonna put down a thin veil of color over any tone that you wanna change or correct. So this salmon peachy color on my fair skin tone is really gonna help to bring out a healthy glow or a warmth to the skin when I apply it to my bronzing areas. And if you have an olive or deeper skin tone, it's gonna work really well to cancel out dark circles, and you can also apply it over top of any dark spots. My personal favorite of the bunch was Violet, because I love using lighter pinky purple brightening products to cancel out my under eye circles, and this one, a lot of times they're not quite light enough. This one is extremely bright, and it just completely cancels out those dark circles for me. So I'm applying that in like a triangle shape underneath my eyes. And this is what's gonna give you that beautiful beaming luminosity to your under eye highlight that you just can't get with a regular concealer. So the other amazing thing about this is that it really melts into the skin. You can see the edges of where I applied it are already starting to disappear and almost blend itself out. So I barely had to tap around it with a beauty sponge to blend it in. You can also use lavender or lilac tones to cancel out any unwanted yellow undertones in the skin. Then it's time to color match. You guys have seen me do this a million times. I always like to layer another concealer that's more of a yellowy shade that's a bit lighter than my skin tone over top of my color corrector just to match it to the rest of my skin and also add a little bit more coverage. So here I'm using the Touche Eclat Radiant Touch in shade number 2, which is Luminous Ivory. And this has such a soft focus. It almost looks like it puts a photo filter on your skin or something like that. It's so beautiful. So I can apply this to a larger area under my eyes and also use it to highlight other areas around my face as well. And again, I'm using a makeup sponge to blend this out, but you could just as easily use your fingers because it's just very easy to work with because it's such a lightweight product. And finally, Vert Green, which is a really pretty, lighter pastel-y mint color. It's my favorite one to look at because it's just such a pretty minty color. But this one definitely targets redness. So whether you're talking about blemishes or like patchy areas of redness, I felt like it worked really well on my blemishes. And most of my redness I get around my nose, so I tried it out there as well. You definitely want to apply this underneath your foundation, which I totally forgot to do. So I just went back with my foundation brush and blended whatever was left on there on top to buff it out. But you can see that it has just that luminous veil of color. It doesn't look, you know, bright green even on top of my foundation. So that is how I got this color corrected and flawless look to my foundation. Then I'm setting everything with the Matte and Radiant powder in number 3 Beige, and I'm using a tapered face brush to apply that mostly to the center of my face. I'm gonna be using this Terre Saharienne bronzing powder. How did I do on that pronunciation? I have no idea, but hopefully not too shabby. So I'm just applying that to all my normal bronzing areas. Sometimes I'll switch from a smaller brush to a bigger brush to go for more of a contoured look to an all over bronze, all with one product. And I really like this bronzer a lot. I felt like it was a nice natural matte golden color. So for my blush, I went with this blush Volupte in Heart of Light. So this is a pink color and it's really pretty. There's kind of more of a shimmery version in the center that you can mix together to get a glowy look. So I'm just applying that onto the apples of my cheeks. Then I'm gonna take this lighter golden eyeshadow. This is from the 5-color Ready to Wear color palette, number 3. So I didn't want anything too intense for my highlight. I wanted just a natural look to the skin. And so I'm sweeping that across my cheekbones. And then I wanted to finish everything off with the Ysl Babydoll Mascara. And this was the first time I'd ever tried this mascara. And I have to say, I really liked it a lot. I felt like it gave a ton of length and just gave this really flared out flirty look to my eyelashes, and it wasn't spidery or clumpy. Here I'm taking that same eyeshadow and just tapping it onto the center of my lip. Then topping it off with this Golden Gloss Volupte in number 30, which is a sheer coral color, and this also has little gold flecks in there that just kind of catch the light and give a pretty glimmering effect. And that is the completed look. So I had a lot of fun trying out these products and kind of playing around with them. Definitely my top faves were the lavender color corrector, the lavender Touche Eclat Neutralizer, and the Touche Eclat Le Tint foundation. So I really hope you guys liked this video and learned a little bit more about color correcting. And if you like what you see, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more. So until next time, I will see you guys very soon. Bye.